Europe is a rich mine of everything from the medieval and antiquity to the Baroque and Art Nouveau due to its layers of history and the blending of its cultures. There is a complete side of nature to go with the main dish of culture that can be found on this amazing continent, and you combine this with the Arctic conditions in the north and the lovely Mediterranean climes in the south. The top tourist destinations in Europe are shown below. Number 25. Leaning Tower of Pisa. Its amazing 4-degree tilt, which gives the impression that the tower is going to tumble over, has made the Leaning Tower famous throughout the world. Romanesque architecture was used to create the spectacular slanted bell tower that is located behind the Pisa Cathedral. The tower, which dates back to the 12th century and took an incredible 199 years to finish, started to lean during construction because of soft ground on one side. The tower, which is a crooked 55.86 meters tall, draws tourists from all around the world today. Number 24. Canals of Bruges. The canals in Bruges have long served as the city's highways, serving as the veins of the ancient town. The canals were excavated from a river for commercial shipping to transport necessities across the town. The inner canals of Bruges are a lovely location to explore on foot or in one of the many tourist boats because they mark the old city walls and ramparts. Navigate past the numerous dilapidated brick bridges, follow the little streams, and look for the picturesque riverside homes. Number 23. Cliffs of Moher. The Cliffs of Moher, which lie in Ireland's County Clare, are a breathtaking sight. The 214-meter-high stone cliffs along the coast stretch for 14 kilometers. The Aran Islands may be seen across the clear waters from the top of the cliffs. You can see the cliffs' castle-like appearance when strolling along the coastal walkways that run along the cliffs. The cliffs have appeared in various movies, including Harry Potter, and have been the topic of numerous folktales and folklore. Number 22. Pompeii. Mount Vesuvius exploded in 79 AD, leaving a terrible wake. The eruption entirely destroyed several small towns and settlements in the area, including Pompeii. Ironically, being buried beneath several feet of volcanic ash has resulted in an extremely well-preserved image of a Roman city in the throes of a catastrophe. The site was uncovered and has been under excavation since 1764, despite a few items having been stolen over the years. Visitors may now stroll through the historic city and take in the vivid murals that have been conserved, as well as the plaster casts of people and animals in their last moments. Number 21. Meteora. Greek meaning elevated, Meteora is a protruding rock formation in northern Greece with a natural environment of stones that resemble hills and dominate the skyline. However, the monasteries that perilously cling to the rocks are a significant part of what makes that spectacular environment so amazing. This holy monument, some of which still welcome visitors today, is situated on cliffs with staircases carved directly into the stone. It dates back to the 15th century. The Holy Trinity Monastery, the most well-known of them, is perched an incredible 400 meters atop a natural rock tower and is a spectacular sight to behold. Number 20. Sagrada Familia. This extravagant church in Barcelona, formerly known as the Basilica de la Sagrada Familia, is the creation of famed Catalan architect Antoni Gaudí. The Sagrada still hasn't been completed 137 years after construction on the church began in 1882. The structure is anticipated to be finished in 2026. The magnificent church, which was built in the Art Nouveau and Gothic styles, has an astonishing 8 spires as well as 10 more that are still under construction. With its wavy turrets, bizarre curves, and interesting gargoyles, this magnificent structure attracts large numbers of people from all over the world. Number 19. Tallinn Old City. Tallinn was once a very affluent city and a member of the Hanseatic League, an international commercial organization. The Old City, which still has a city plan from the 13th century, is where one can observe the wealth of Tallinn's former era. The large merchants' homes and churches that line the cobblestone lanes are distinctly medieval. The Town Hall Square, which is home to the Gothic Town Hall, is one of the key locations in this area of the capital city of Estonia that is rich in culture and history. You may also locate the 13th century Cathedral of St. Mary the Virgin, which is Estonia's oldest church. These days, the area's charm comes from more than just its historical structures. There are also a ton of bars and stores to visit. Number 18. Tower Bridge. Tower Bridge, a late Victorian masterpiece showing the height of London standing on the international arena, is sometimes mistaken for London Bridge. The bridge, which spans the Thames adjacent to the Tower of London, another famous monument in London, was first built in 1894. This engineering marvel from the 19th century is a drawbridge that is propelled by engine rooms that are housed in the north and south neo-Gothic towers. Even though it has been updated with lights that twinkle at night, the bridge is still in use today. Number 17. Neuschwanstein Castle. Neuschwanstein Castle, one of a mad King Ludwig II of Bavaria's architectural undertakings, is the archetypal castle from fairy tales. In fact, Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty castle was influenced by the castle's soaring spires and Romanesque revival design. Ludwig unfortunately never got to live in his castle because he passed away in 1886. The same year the building was finished. Construction on the castle started in 1869. The castle's lovely location in South Bavaria, surrounded by wooded mountains and lakes that reflect the surrounding landscape, is almost as impressive as the structure itself. Number 16. Mont Saint-Michel. This renowned fortified island is situated about a kilometer off the French region of Normandy. The abbey at Mont Saint-Michel, which dates to the 8th century and is still in use, may make you feel as though you had been transported to a different era as you stroll around. It's interesting to examine the antique chapels and walls. The island seems to be a floating fortification in the sea when the tide is high. The island was previously only accessible on foot or by automobile during low tide, but a 2014 bridge allows for year-round pedestrian access. Number 15. Scottish Highlands. Northern Scotland is home to the harsh, hilly Scottish Highlands. In this gorgeous place, amidst the stunning environment, there are lots of things to do. Glencoe Valley is home to waterfalls and red deer, and Ben Nevis, the highest mountain peak in the United Kingdom, is nearby. In the Central Highlands, Loch Ness is another location where you might be able to see the fabled Loch Ness monster, or you might just go for a stroll and take in the peaceful surroundings. The main city in the area, Inverness, is likewise located in the Scottish Highlands. Number 14. Lake Bled. A shimmering emerald lake surrounded by breathtaking verdant hills may be found in northwest Slovenia, close to the town of Bled. To go to the tiny Bled Island in the middle of the lake, take one of the classic wooden boats. The Church of the Assumption of Mary, a 17th century structure with some Gothic frescoes from the 15th century surviving in place, is located on the island. One of the finest things to do in the region is to simply stroll around the lake and take a break for a swim in the calm waters. Bled Castle is located nearby this wonderfully lovely location. Number 13. St. Basil's Cathedral. The winding cathedral on Moscow's immensely famous Red Square, with its multicolored onion-domed roofs, is arguably the most recognizable sight in all of Russia. Ivan the Terrible erected St. Basil's Cathedral in 1555. The building is an outrageously colorful lollipop of odd designs that resembles a funfair more than anything else in Russia. The cathedral is a representation of Russia due to its distinctive architectural design and historical ties to a successful fight in Tatarstan. Number 12. Dubrovnik Old Town. Dubrovnik's Old Town is a wonder of red-roofed architecture and one of the most stunning old towns in all of Europe. It begs to be explored. The Adriatic Sea is bordered by its historic city walls, and its cobblestone lanes are lined with a variety of eateries, cafes, shops, and museums. The stone walls, which date to the 16th century, are surrounded by Baroque churches and dilapidated structures. Pile Gate, which was built in 1573 and is known for its impressive Renaissance arches, stands at the entrance to the Old Town. At night, it is especially stunning. The Dubrovnik cable car provides a chance to observe the historic city streets from above. Number 11. Canals of Amsterdam. Amsterdam's canals are well recognized. In fact, the Netherlands capital is surrounded by more than 100 kilometers of canals that form over 90 islands and require 1,500 bridges to cross. The city's rivers have earned Amsterdam the moniker Venice of the North. The canals, which were dug in the 17th century, served a variety of purposes, including transportation, sewage disposal, and drinking water. The canals that make up Amsterdam's picturesque cityscape are still present in the current city. Townhouses from the 17th century line the canals, which ups the appeal factor even more. Number 10. Eiffel Tower. The recognizable landmark of Paris, named after Gustave Eiffel, is a sight that must be seen when traveling to the French capital. The tower was initially built between 1887 and 1889 to serve as the grand entrance to the World's Fair. Amazingly, the tower, which is 324 meters tall, held the record for the tallest man-made construction until the Empire State Building did so in 1930. Take the elevator all the way to the tower's observation deck to take in the panoramas of the parks and streets below Paris. Number 9. Prague Old Town. The capital of the Czech Republic's medieval Old Town is a famous tourist attraction since it is teeming with historical landmarks. At its center lies the Old Town Square, where you'll discover the Old Town Hall, which is home to the oldest still-running clock in the world, an astronomical clock that dates back to 1410. The Charles Bridge spans the Vltava River, linking Prague's Old Town to the Lesser Town. Although the bridge's construction began in 1357, it wasn't finished until the early 15th century. A lively nightlife scene and a large number of clubs make the Old Town area a fun spot to hang out after dark. Number 8. St. Peter's Basilica. The largest cathedral in the world and one of the most well-known examples of Italian Renaissance architecture, St. Peter's Basilica is situated in Vatican City. This monument's construction started in 1506, and Michelangelo was one of the architects. Tens of thousands of worshippers are crammed into the nearby St. Peter's Square, and this is where the Pope himself speaks to them. The former St. Peter's Basilica, which had occupied the same location since about 360 AD, was replaced with the present basilica. It is believed that the church was erected atop St. Peter's tomb. Number 7. Canals of Venice. Every other canal city in the world is compared to Venice because it is the original canal city. More than 150 rivers and 400 bridges, including the renowned Bridge of Sighs, may be found in the mysterious, soggy city. The 2-mile-long Grand Canal, which passes by St. Mark's Square and is bordered by some of Venice's historic buildings, is the city's primary canal. Boats on the river are utilized for daily tasks like garbage collection in addition to ferrying tourists about in striped shirts and wide-brimmed hats worn by gondoliers. Number 6. Palace of Versailles. Versailles is a landmark unlike any other. It unquestionably tops the list of palaces. From 1682 until the French Revolution in 1789, the French royal family resided in this opulent structure as their primary residence. The castle's interior is just as spectacular as its extremely elaborate facade. Some interior spaces, like the Hall of Mirrors with its lavish gilded decor, are as well known as the palace itself. The conical trees that dotted the geometric gardens were interwoven with canals and fountains. Number 5. Fjords of Norway. The majestic fjords of Norway are among the main draws for tourists. The towering U-shaped valleys and their carved cliffs were created by glaciers over an inconceivably long period of time, around 2.5 million years, creating a breathtaking panorama that is almost too large to take in. Norway has more than 1,000 fjords, but only a small part of them are heavily traveled, so it's still feasible to get some peace and quiet. A cruise ship is a fantastic way to explore the fjord's towering walls while traveling across the ocean. As an alternative, trekking on top of the fjords provides a bird's-eye view of the breathtaking scenery. Number 4. Alhambra. Spanish city of Granada is home to the Alhambra, a palace and castle that was constructed in 889 on the site of ancient Roman defenses. The Islamic Moors dominated much of the Iberian Peninsula for about 1,000 years, with Andalusia being their longest-held region. Today, visitors may visit the fortress's oldest section, the Citadel, climb the watchtower, see the magnificent Moorish gardens and courtyards, and be astounded by the complex's intricate geometric designs. Alhambra's position against the Sierra Nevada mountains adds to its ethereal quality. Number 3. Hagia Sophia. Hagia Sophia, which has been a magnificent sight to behold for almost 1,000 years, once held the title of largest cathedral in the world. Hagia Sophia was initially constructed in 537 as an Eastern Orthodox cathedral when Istanbul was still known as Constantinople. It then changed in status to an Ottoman mosque in 1453 and is now a museum open to people of all religions. The Hagia Sophia's dome is a wonder unto itself, and the entire structure is a magnificent example of Byzantine design. With its unique paintings and intriguing relics, the building allows you to put together the history of the city as you walk about it now. Number 2. Acropolis. Athens' Acropolis is a breathtaking sight. Numerous historic sites from the 5th century BC are located on this impressive peak. The Parthenon, the Erechtheion, and the Temple of Athena Nike are just a few of the sites that make up the Acropolis. The Parthenon, which was built in 447 BC at the height of the Athenian Empire and is a symbol of Greece, dazzles with its many columns. Around Athens, the Acropolis is illuminated with a radiance as dusk falls. Number 1. Colosseum. The Colosseum serves as the ideal representation of the Roman Empire's power at its height. It was created in 72 AD, was the largest amphitheater ever constructed, and was intended to house 50,000 spectators. The arena was used to stage a wide variety of public shows, including bloody gladiator fights, animal hunts, and simulated naval warfare. The Colosseum is still a very important symbol of Rome despite being practically in ruins. Take a tour of the building by entering the arches. Sit and visualize yourself as a spectator in ancient Rome, taking in the magnificent shows and demonstrations that took place inside the ring. Please leave a comment of other places you would like to visit. Please like and subscribe to see more.